Hey everyone, it is day 3 of Vlogust. It's a Saturday. I think it is after 12 o'clock already, and I'm feeling a little off again. The morning completely got away from me. I really like to wake up a little bit early on Saturdays and start my day with intention. I like to clean my main floor, get rid of any of the piles of stuff that has accumulated throughout the week, and just get my house tidy and in order so that I can enjoy the afternoon and the rest of the weekend. But today I had a little bit of a headache and I slept in, so I'm kind of off. We did go out last night and we didn't get home super late, but I had trouble falling asleep and I'm paying for it this morning. So I've taken a Tylenol. I've got a little extra caffeine this morning, and I wanted to share the passage from today's entry for August 3rd in the Simple Abundance book because it's one of my favorites. I've previously marked this page, things are underlined. The passage for today resonates so deeply with me. It's called A Net for Catching Days, and she starts off with a quote from Annie Dillard, and it says, "A schedule defends from chaos and whim. It is a net for catching days. A schedule is a mock-up of reason and order, willed, faked, and so brought into being." I love this so much because I am constantly getting sidetracked, distracted. I really love the feeling of being organized and having a schedule, making lists, but in all honesty, I'm really bad at sticking to them. And I think I'm just a bit of a daydreamer, and I'm not super strict about always following the schedule, and I can easily get sidetracked. And then that's when my brain starts to spin with all of the things that I should have done or should be getting done and what I missed doing. And I'm really trying not to do that this August. And so this passage is perfect because it's just reminding me that a schedule is a really good thing. And I'm trying not to confuse that schedule with a big to-do list because that's not the goal. The goal for me this August is to just stay on track with my schedule, try to get up at the time that works best for me each day, tackle some of the things that really need to get done that make my life a little bit, I don't want to say easier, but more pleasant, making sure the laundry's done at a certain time of the week and cleaning up my bedroom on a certain day of the week, cleaning up the house, all of those things, planning dinners, cooking. They're all really important to me so that I can enjoy some of the lazy, relaxing days that I'm hoping to this month. And so she also says something that just hits me so deeply. She says, a friend of hers has a theory that it's not so much all we have to do in any one week that kills us, it's thinking about it that does. And for me, that is so true, because I will spend so much time and mental energy thinking about what I have to do instead of just doing it. And I was feeling that a little bit yesterday afternoon, having had a super busy morning and then not knowing how to get back on track. And I kind of feel it today because I slept in, I didn't do my cleaning when I normally do, and I think I'm just going to stop thinking about it. I'm gonna pull out the vacuum, get out my rag and spray cleaner, just do a super quick power clean of the main floor, tidy up some of the piles, and then put it behind me instead of thinking about it nonstop. So that's the plan for today, because it is definitely the key for me and just my personality type to enjoy some downtime. The boys have been kind of having the occasional movie marathon during the day. They'll throw on an X-Men movie. That's kind of the franchise that we're into right now. So I just want to sit with them. I've got knitting to pick up. I've got a few things that I can just do sitting in front of the TV. And so I'm just gonna get moving. My Saturday morning house cleaning routine usually starts with decluttering and just going through any piles of things that have grown throughout the week. I had some mail to kind of get rid of and open up. I've got a couple of extra bags and things that I need to bring upstairs, so I just pile them here. If there's anything that goes down to the basement, it gets put right here. And I have dusted, Windexed all the mirrors. I cleaned the little powder room on this floor. Next up, I am going to do a vacuum. I do the stairs, and then I'll leave this vacuum upstairs, and I might tackle the upstairs tomorrow morning because I haven't done that yet. But the key for a productive cleaning for me on a Saturday morning involves two things. It involves a drink of some kind, sometimes two. I usually have my coffee nearby and my water bottle to stay hydrated. But most important for me is to play music. And right now I've just got the Alexa playing some music. I've got a little speaker tucked away there, but whatever room I'm in, there is a speaker, and if not, I'll just pop in my headphones. At the moment, I am obsessed with Billie Eilish. I've been listening to her newest album for the last couple of weeks, and also Casey Musgraves. I've never really listened to either of them very much in the past, but I just discovered some of their newer music and I love it. But music is key for me to just not think about anything else, just enjoy the music and get the tasks done. So that's my plan right now. I think after the vacuum, I will pull out some water bleach tied in a bucket and mop the hardwood and the tiles and give the house a really good final sparkle, and then I can sit down and relax. But I wanted to share something else, because while I've been tidying up, I saw a couple things that I've shared on Patreon, but I haven't shared with you guys yet, and I thought it would be fun to share what I've set up in my dining room. I have a little creative bin here with a couple of things that I've been grabbing on and off throughout the summer. I set up this little crate with a knitting project that's kind of on hold for the moment. This is my chunky Dahlia sweater, and I just haven't felt like knitting on it because it's so hot, and it's a chunky sweater with mohair, but this is definitely not going too far away. I have a couple of books here because I've started a commonplace journal to take notes for interesting podcasts or bits and pieces from some of the books that I've been reading on and off throughout the summer. So I've got a Hobonichi here with that, this little Hobonichi here is kind of like a knitting journal or just like a little scratch pad to jot down notes for whatever I need. I've got some extra little notepads in there, some stickers in here. But the books I have here are The Perfectionist's Guide to Losing Control by Catherine Morgan Schaeffler. And I'm enjoying it. I don't know if I'm loving it, but it's pretty good. And anything that I feel like is a good takeaway that I want to remember, I will put a note in this commonplace journal. I also recently got the Galveston Diet sometime at the beginning of the summer. And this is a book by Mary Claire Haver, who I follow on Instagram and I love. She's just so enjoyable to follow. And I've been trying to not necessarily stick to this diet strictly, but I've been really trying to have more of a Mediterranean-based diet. And I feel like we kind of do in my house, but we also don't. So this is just a really good book to, there's some recipes in here, and there are some really good chapters about perimenopause and anti-inflammatory foods that are really great for women, and I've just really enjoyed that. I also popped a recent purchase of a cookbook in here that I haven't spent a ton of time with yet. I got this, I think I ordered it from thebookoutlet.ca. It was a great price. It's called The Forest Feast by Erin Gleason. I know it's a really popular book. You've probably seen it. And I just felt like it's a great book to keep out for the summertime. Just so much freshness with fruits and vegetables, and the layout is beautiful. It's colorful and vibrant, and I love it. So that's just here as a little bit of inspiration to pick up and flip through. And then I've got my Coco Knits pattern holder there. So this is kind of like my little creative corner in the dining room that I can just grab if I want to go and sit out in the backyard. But what I'm really loving about this whole little corner is I have one of my carry-all totes here, and this is kind of like my backyard bag or my couch bag, and whatever I feel like focusing on at any given time, I can just pop a book or my notebook or a knitting project into this bag. So I keep a very big pencil pouch here if I want to do a little bit of extra journaling. This is my Delphonics pouch, and I recently set this up again to have pretty much anything I could possibly want or need to do some journaling. If I want to grab my planner from upstairs, I can bring it down. I pop it in my carry-all bag with all of these little bits and pieces, and I just have like a portable little office with me. I have one of my little mini pouches in here, and this just has like a lip balm. I think it has a nail file, a cuticle cream, just a couple of little essentials. And then this is kind of, it's another pencil pouch, but if I don't want to carry this big pouch out into the backyard and I just want to make a to-do list, make some notes in my little knitting journal, or just work in my planner, then I bring this, because in here I just have the basics. So I've got some highlighters. I even threw in a measuring tape and a little mini pair of scissors in case I don't have my knitting notions pouch with me. So this kind of has whatever I would need for a little journaling or planning, and then a couple of knitting notions as well. So I really love having this bag. I keep it under the chair here, and the only thing that's missing here is whatever current knitting project I'm working on, and usually the bag will fit right in here as well. So it's perfect to just grab this. It's kind of like a little shopping tote. I fill it up with whatever current projects or things I want to work on, and I can carry it over to the couch. Sometimes I bring it down to the big sectional in the basement if we want to watch a movie. But mostly this summer, I've been taking this out to the backyard, and I just sit myself at the table, and I've got pretty much everything I need. I grab a cold drink and this bag and my knitting, and I am good for a creative afternoon. Cleaning is done for the day. I'm just waiting for my kitchen floors to dry, and then I'll put the mop and bucket away. I just came up to the studio to organize some of the leather pieces for tomorrow's shop update. I feel like I have a really nice selection. It's taken me a while to get organized with this, but they're finally going into the shop tomorrow. I've got the leather carry-all bags, which are just so handy for projects or like a couch bag. I have a few in teal, dove gray, raspberry, and iris. I've got some small zip pouches with the little detachable wristlet strap in teal, brown, and forest green. I haven't had clutches to add to the shop in quite some time, but they are one of my favorite pieces, and so I've got some in the green camo, the brown, and I've never done them in this color before, and I'm kind of in love with the sand. I think I'm actually going to be keeping one of these for myself because I just find these clutches, or like a flat pouch, one of the most versatile pieces. I use mine to just kind of carry all sorts of random bits. So I've got one set up with like band-aids and business cards and a pen and a tiny little notepad, a hand cream, just all kinds of things. And I kept one with me when I had a booth at Knit City, and I just kept it under the cash desk, so if I ever needed anything, it was close by. I also use it as a project bag. So I've got a little project in here, which is nice. And I really love taking one with me whenever I travel, because if I don't have an evening purse, this is the perfect little clutch that goes with everything. If you're going out to eat or you want to dress up and do something, it just looks really pretty with any outfit. So I really like all of the different options that you can use this with. And I've got quite a few large and small cylinder pouches in two of my favorite colors, Black Plum. I'm obsessed with this color. I'm a purple girl, and I feel like this is the most like rich shade of plum. I just love it. So these are really labor intensive. It's taken me a while to get them back in the shop, but there's just so much going on in these with the piping and the handle. And I thought it would be really good timing to put some in the shop just in time for fall. I feel like it's the time of year that I want to set up a new Notions pouch or a little stationery pouch for my books. I know it's like back to school time, so I just always feel like that's the time to set up a new pouch. And I just love how these can go. They can get thrown into any bag, and the little handle is easy to grab. I have used the large one as a little sock bag before. I love these so much, so I've got them in the two colors. I've got a few other colors in the shop as well. And I just need to finish closing some of these vintage library bags and press them. And I've got another little stack over there to finish up. I will have these as kits with the Cozy Knitter self-striping yarn in vintage library. It's a beautiful striping yarn that matches this bag so well. So I'm going to have quite a few kits, and then I'll also have a listing for just the bag in case you've already got the yarn. Those are all going to be in the shop tomorrow night, so Sunday at 7 p.m. I feel like I can finally breathe. I think I'm going to make sure that I wake up a little bit earlier tomorrow so that I don't feel like I'm losing so much of my day. I wanted to go and sit outside this afternoon, but it is so hot and muggy. But I think if I wake up earlier, I might be able to enjoy the backyard before it gets super hot. We'll see. Tomorrow is going to be a busy day for me. I've got the shop to update. I'm probably going to want to clean up my bedroom a little bit for the week ahead, but I feel like I pushed through and I got some of my Saturday stuff done, which is perfect. And I'm just going to go downstairs and put my feet up now. Slight change of plans. I am not going to sit down and put my feet up just yet. It's around 4 o'clock and I just remembered that I made this frozen yogurt fruit bark this morning. It's been in the freezer for a few hours. I'm just gonna break it up and put it into this container so that whoever wants a little chunk can have some. It is a really good recipe that I found from Daphne Oz on her Instagram account. She had a little video with it. I made it a couple of years ago and it's really delicious. We've been looking for just something new to grab in the kitchen. We're all getting a little bit bored. It's that midsummer kind of rut I think we're all in with food. Everyone is around and we're just kind of running out of ideas. So I thought this would be really good because all of the berries were on sale at the grocery store this week. So I just basically made like a super simple fruit reduction with strawberries and blueberries on the stovetop with a squeeze of lime juice, a little bit of sugar just to add some sweetness. I threw it in the blender once it cooled down with some Greek vanilla yogurt. And then I just blended it up, poured it on this cookie sheet, threw a little bit of fruit in it, and then sprinkled it with shredded coconut. So I'm just gonna break it up. This is the part I don't really like because I'm always worried. But it's a really nice frozen treat for the summertime. And I know it's one of Glenn's favorites. So after I break this up, I think I'm actually going to go downstairs and jump on the treadmill, do a little bit of walking before I have to pull dinner together. I've got my Kindle and my water ready to go. And then I feel like the rest of the night can be spent just on the couch relaxing.